nothing but a chem thing, baby. Two flipped out teachers going crazy. Lancaster is a district that pays me. Unbreakable, so please don't try to break this. But back to the lecture at hand. Accurate precision.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 1. Arrhenius acids yield H+ ions, aka H3O+, hydronium ions or protons, in solution. Bases yield OH- ions, hydroxide. When an acid is added to water, it produces hydrogen ion or H+. We should see this as a product. That hydrogen ion can also combine with water to make hydronium ion H3O+, so we may see that as a product as well. Common acids can be identified using table K. Now, bases, when added to water, should produce hydroxide OH-, so we should see that as a product for a base. Common bases can be identified using table L.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 2. Strong acids and bases completely ionize, where weak acids and bases slightly ionize. Now in our example here, we can see that all the molecules of the strong acid have completely formed ions. It has ionized completely. The weak acid, as you can see, has only slightly ionized. Only a few of the molecules have actually dissociated into ions.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 3. Like ionic compounds, acids and bases are electrolytes, substances which, when dissolved in water, conduct electricity. Concentration of ions is directly related to the strength of the electrolyte. Acids and bases both dissociate into ions. This is what makes them electrolytes. They have the ability to conduct electricity because of those freely moving ions. If we look at our example, we see that the light bulb is glowing the brightest in the solution that has the greatest concentration of ions in solution.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 4. Salts are ionic compounds that do not directly produce H+ or OH- ions in solution. As you can see, our acids, bases, and salts all produce ions in solution. But salts, which contain a metal and a nonmetal and are ionic substances, do not produce H+ nor OH-.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 5. Acids react with some metals, those listed above H2 on table J, to produce hydrogen gas and a salt. When we want to determine if a metal will react in an acid, we go to table J. If the metal is above the H2, it will react in it, and if the metal is below H2, it will not react with it. We observe this reaction by seeing bubbling, which is the hydrogen gas that is produced. In our example, we see that calcium, zinc, and magnesium are bubbling in the acid because they are found above H2 on table J. Copper, Cu, on the other hand, is below H2 on table J, and so we see no bubbles because there is no reaction.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 6. Neutralization is the reaction between an acid and a base to form salt and water. Remember, acid plus base gives you salt plus water. Acids are found on table K and bases are found on table L. Salts, or ionic compounds, are always identified as being a metal with a nonmetal. Water is always a product of a neutralization reaction.
Acids, bases, and salts, key concept 7. Titration is the process of using a solution of known concentration to determine the concentration of an unknown. Titration is a lab procedure in which a neutralization reaction occurs to determine the unknown molarity of either an acid or a base. We use the titration formula to determine this unknown molarity. The formula is found on table T and is MaVa equals MbVb. Ma is the molarity of H+ ions, Va is the volume of acid, Mb is the molarity of OH- ions, and Vb is the volume of base.
Acids, bases, and salts key concept 8. The pH scale shows the acidity less than 7 or the alkalinity greater than 7 of a solution. One pH unit change shows a 10-fold change in hydronium ion concentration. pH is inversely related to the hydronium ion concentration. Now remember, acids have pHs that are less than 7. Greater than 7 pHs tell you that you have a base. Now if I have an example of a pH changing from 7 down 1 unit to 6, I have a 10-fold increase in my hydronium ion concentration. At the other end, if I change my pH from 10 to 12, I've increased my pH by 2 units on the scale, which has shown a 100-fold decrease in my hydronium ion concentration.
Acids, bases, and salts key concept 9. Indicators listed on Table M will change color with varying pH values. Looking at Table M, common acid-base indicators, we can see that the name of the indicator, the approximate pH range for color change, and the actual color change are all listed. Let's look at methyl orange. Methyl orange will be red below a pH of 3.1. Methyl orange will be yellow at a pH above 4.4. But if we're in between 3.1 to 4.4 for our pH, we'll be a combination of the two colors, orange.
Acids, bases, and salts key concept 10. Bronsted-Lowry acids are proton donors. Bases are proton acceptors. Bad. Now the Bronsted-Lowry theory of acids and bases is all about that proton. You have to look at the entire chemical equation to find out where it went from, and 2, to figure out what your acid and base are. If we look at our example here, we have water acting as a Bronsted-Lowry acid as it donates an H+ to the NH3, which is my Bronsted-Lowry base, accepting the proton. NH3 becomes NH4+ after it accepted it, and water, H2O, becomes OH- after donating a proton.
But we never off, always on till the break of dawn. SCIENCE in the hall they call S-Wing. You know we never wear a tie like my homies, boys to men. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Like this, that, and this, and it's like that, and like this, and like that, and it's like this.
You're going in low power mode.
Plug and chill to the next episode.